Hello there, this is Sachin sir and you are into the maths world where mistakes are expected, respected, inspected and corrected. In today's video, we will try to revise the concept of altitude and the median that we had learned previously. Okay, so consider a triangle that you are looking at the screen, that is triangle PQR, and if I draw a segment from vertex to the opposite side. So presently over here, vertex is R, opposite side is PQ and the segment RA is drawn. And if that segment intersect or touches the opposite side at 90 degree, okay, only then that RA is called as an altitude. So in short, we can say in simple words, a perpendicular segment drawn in a triangle from vertex to the opposite side. So what is the condition? That segment should be perpendicular, that means it should make 90 degree angle. Only then that segment is called as an altitude. So there are three vertices in the triangle, right? So we can say three altitudes can be drawn, and all these three altitudes, if you observe, they pass through a single point, and that point is called as orthocenter, which is usually indicated by capital letter O. So how do we define it? Here is on your screen. A point of concurrence of three altitudes in a triangle is called as an orthocenter. Okay, so in short, orthocenter is nothing but the point of concurrence for three altitudes, and the position of this orthocenter is different in different types of triangle. Okay, so presently it is acute angle triangle, so the position is inside. Now you have to write in the comment section in which type of triangle it is present on the triangle and in which type of triangle it is present outside the triangle or in the exterior. I'll be waiting for that answer. Okay, so let's move on and try to revise the concept of median. Now here, if a segment is drawn in a triangle from vertex to the opposite side, that is now again R, and R is the vertex, PQ is the opposite side, and L is that RL is the segment drawn. Okay, but this time that RL, that means that point L, okay, must be the midpoint of the segment or the side, opposite side, that is PQ. Only then that RL can be termed as median. Okay, so how can we define it? A segment drawn in a triangle from vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Oh, vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side is called as a median. So there are three vertices, so that means we can draw three medians. Okay, so all these three medians, again, if you observe them, they pass through a single point, correct? And that point is called as centroid, usually represented by capital letter G. And how do we define it? Here we go. A point of concurrence of three medians in a triangle is called as a centroid. And keep it in mind, this centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. That means bigger part upon smaller part of the median. That is, suppose if we consider median RL, then RG upon GL will be equal to 2/1. Okay, so as we have as we have revised the definition of the median and altitude, let's try to find out when both are given in the diagram. So here is the question on your screen, or the information on your screen. In triangle PQR, point L is the midpoint of the side PQ. Okay, that will help us to find out median, and RA is a perpendicular to side PQ. Perpendicular means it is making 90 degree angle, and that is the hint given for us to find the altitude. Okay, so we can say RA as it is perpendicular to the opposite side. So we have to mention, we have to write what is RA will make and what RL will make in that triangle. Okay, which is the median and which is the altitude. Now if you observe RA is making 90 degree with the side PQ, and so we can say it's an altitude, right? And RL, as it is touching or intersecting the midpoint of the side PQ, we can say it is median, right? And now here is one more information or question on your screen. Okay, a triangle, same triangle is chosen by me, triangle PQR, and this time PM is drawn, segment PM, and segment QL is drawn. Now presently if you observe the diagram, QL is nothing but perpendicular to side PR, okay, or making 90 degree to it. And now here is the information given to you. In triangle PQR, point M is the midpoint of the side RQ, okay, and L is also midpoint of side PR. Okay, nice. So by observation we can say L is the point L is making 90 degree also, 90 degree angle is made by it, correct? And L is the midpoint of side PR also. So here is the question on your screen. Now you have to observe the diagram carefully, then write the name of the altitude and the medians present in the PQR. So I'll give you one hint. There is one altitude, okay, and there are two medians in the diagram, and you have to test yourself by writing it in the comment section, and definitely I will check it, not immediately but surely. Okay, I'll be waiting for that answer also. So here we go. As I informed you that median is divided in the ratio 2:1 by the centroid, and now based on this information we will try to solve some numericals. Okay, so what is the question now presently over here? The value of PG is given to me, that is 5, and I need to find the value of PB, and presently in the question, in the triangle, G is the centroid. Okay, so as G is the centroid, that means all those RA, PB and QC are nothing but the medians in that triangle. Okay, so the way I told you, the basic ratio made by the centroid is nothing but 2/1, and what is that ratio consist of? Bigger part of the median upon smaller part of the median. So what is the bigger part over here now? For the main median PB, we are talking about only PB because it is in the question, we require to find the value of it. Okay, so for the PB, PG is the bigger part, GP is the smaller part. Okay, so PG upon GB is nothing but 2/1. That is what the basic ratio is made by the centroid. Okay, with the help of this ratio we can find out two new ratios also. Okay, so if you observe the ratio, the way I told you, if PG is 2 part, GB is 1 part, that makes PB, the whole PB is nothing but of 3 parts. So using this information I can find PB upon PG also. The value of a PB is nothing but 3 part and PG is nothing but 2 parts, so the ratio will be 3/2. Similarly, again keep it in mind, the main median must be taken in the numerator. Why? Because it is the common way of choosing the path to solve. Okay, now PB upon GB will be nothing but 3/1 because GB is the smaller part which has the value of 1 part only, correct? So I got 3 ratios. Now choose the perfect ratio or the suitable ratio that will help us to find the value of PB. So which ratio can be chosen? Yes, it's the middle one, right? And in the middle ratio, when you put the values of PG, we get something like this, right? PB upon 5 equals to 3/2, and the way we know, we have to just do cross multiplication, correct? Yeah, the cross multiplication is on your screen. Then once you multiply 5 into 3, the value comes 15, and then we have to divide that 15 by 2, the way I had explained you. If you have any doubt, you just go and check back all those videos so that there will be no confusion. So here we go with the next step, and the step is 15/2, and dividing any number by 2 is nothing but making it half. So the half of 15 is nothing but the 7.5. So we can say the value of a PB or the main median, the value of a median is nothing but 7.5 units. Okay, so this is the one question. Now let's try one more question with the same information. Okay, so over here now RA is given to me. RA you can observe, correct? Over here RA is given to me. RA is 6 unit, the main median it is. Okay, and I need to find the smaller part of RA, that is GA. Okay, so the way I told you, very first step is what? To make those 3 ratios and then choosing one of them, right, which is suitable for according to the information given. Okay, so the basic ratio is bigger part of the median upon smaller part, there is RG upon GA, that makes 2/1, and then I have to go for main median upon bigger part, again main median upon smaller part, and that gives us these 2 ratios, the way I told you. Okay, now check out where are these 2 values, RA and GA. Yes, they are there in the third value, third ratio, correct? And now in that third ratio I'm going to substitute the values of RA, right, value of RA, and that makes the ratio 6/GA equals to 3/1. Okay, so once we reach this step, we know the next step is what? Cross multiplication, the way you are looking at the screen, right? The next step is what? You have to do the multiplication and then divide, and once you do the cross multiplication, you get the value, multiplication value is 6, and the number which is along side of side GA will be shifted to the other side, and that goes in division, resulting into 6/3 equal to GA. and when you do the division we get the answer 2 units for GA, and that is how we found the smaller part of the median RA, okay, the way we required it. So the next one is nothing but to test yourself. Okay, here the two questions are given to you as a practice. Do practice them and do not forget to mention the answer in the comment section below. Keep it in mind. So as we have done the numericals of this lesson, we will try to construct the altitude and the medians the way we had done with a one example. So let's move on.
Now let's try to understand the meaning of altitude. First of all, what kind of geometrical instrument you see on the screen? Yes, it's a set square. This set square has a baseline which is usually kept on the opposite side of the vertex from which I need to draw the altitude. Okay, so consider a triangle. We'll go with the same name of the triangle, GOD. Okay, and now we have to place this set square in such a way that the baseline should be exactly overlapping with the opposite side, and the vertical section of that set square should be kept nearer to the vertex. So this is the baseline which is exactly overlapping with the opposite side of vertex G, right, and vertical section is nearer to the vertex. And once the position is fixed, draw a straight segment. Okay, fix it, and this segment GM is nothing but perpendicular to OD. Correct. Without this 90-degree sign, always focus on this 90-degree sign. Without this sign, it cannot be an altitude. So presently in the diagram, GM is perpendicular to OD, and hence we can say GM is an altitude, or GM is a height of that triangle. Okay, we can place that same set square in the reverse order also, but better to go with a small section on the opposite side. Let's try to find altitude in the acute angle triangle now. Okay, the way we decided, the smaller section of the set square should be kept on the opposite side, and the longer section should be kept nearer to the vertex. It is kept, position is fixed, overlapping is done, and then draw segment very carefully from vertex to the opposite side, and that will be the perpendicular to that opposite side. Okay, now change the vertex, change the opposite side, place it properly so that baseline will overlap the opposite side, and the longer section should be kept nearer to the vertex, and then draw the segment to the opposite side, and same goes with the third vertex also. Now if you observe carefully, these two altitudes are intersecting at one single point, and my third altitude also should pass through that segment, through that intersection. Only then your diagram is right, otherwise you have done certain mistakes. Presently over here, our third altitude is passing exactly through the point of intersection of the previous two, and hence we can say it is the right way of the doing or drawing altitude in the diagram. Do not forget to give 90-degree sign at the end of the altitude.
So boys and girls, now let's try to draw medians in obtuse angle triangle. Okay, the way name suggests, we have to draw one angle which is more than 90 degree. Okay, and for that we need protractor and keep it on the vertex or the point of the base segment from which we have to draw that obtuse angle. Okay, now observe the second point of the base segment. I need to draw 120 degree or more than 90 degree from point T, and other point is on my left side, that is point A. So we have to start our counting from the 0 which is towards A. Okay, so over here that 0 is present, so and that 0 is on the upper part of the protractor. Okay, so I will check only upper numbers in the upper part only. Okay, so over here in the upper part we got 120 right over here, and that is why I'm gonna draw or the mark 120 degree at that point. Okay, once the point is located, now I need to join those points, name it as point M, and join TM and AM, so that the triangle ATM will be obtuse angle triangle is ready for us. Okay, now our next target, okay, our next target is I need to draw or the locate midpoint for every side of the triangle ATM. Okay, so let's begin with side 80. The first step, see over here, we need to take more than half of side 80, that is most preferable, or you can take more than length of that side also. Okay, in the rounder. Okay, So once the rounder is taken, keep the metal tip on point A and take more than half of the distance of side AT in it. Okay, so here we go. And once the distance is taken, in the compass put arc above the segment and below that segment, I mean to say that side, okay, AT. So from point A, 2 arcs are made. Now change, I'm drawing the arcs, although I need to locate the midpoint for side AT. So point A is over. Now the turn of point T will come, and the moment you do that, do not change the distance taken. Okay, I repeat, do not change the distance taken. And here we go again. And now arcs are taken, side point is changed, and draw 2 arcs again up and down in such a way that they are gonna intersect previously made arcs, and their intersection is what we needed. Okay, so what we got over here presently, the arcs are intersecting, so locate the intersection very properly. Okay, locate the intersection, yes, and down over here also. And once the point is located of the intersection, then join those points together, and this line will intersect the side AT at one point, and that point is nothing but the midpoint of side AT. Now we are going to draw, or we are going to locate the midpoint of side TM, and the way we said, we have to take at least more than half of the segment or the side, okay, to draw its perpendicular bisector. And with the help of that perpendicular bisector only, we are going to locate midpoint of the side TM. So let's move on. So distance is taken. When the distance is taken, we have to draw arcs on the 2 sections of the side, that is above and below, or on the left and right side of it. Okay, so over here on the right side and left side, arcs are done with the help of point T, and now point M, we have to keep the rounded metal tip and draw the arcs which will intersect with each other with the previously made arcs, and their intersection is the key point for us to locate the midpoint. Correct? Yes. So here is the intersection of them, right? Intersection is done, and now join those intersections, and the moment you join them, you will find a new point on side TM, and that is the midpoint for that side TM. Okay, and name it as E. Now that we need to draw, or we need to locate the midpoint for the side AM. Okay, so again the way we decided, take more than half of the side AM and draw 2 arcs above and below, or left and right side of the side properly. The way I'm drawing over there with a different color presently, observe it. Okay, with the help from the point A, I'm drawing it without changing the distance. We have to change the point now, keep it on point M, and draw 2 arcs which will intersect the previously marked arc, or with the help of point A. Okay, and locate the intersection. Now here the location is done, yes, and there also down. And once the points intersection is located, join them together, and that purple line will decide or will locate the midpoint for the side AM, and this point over here is nothing but the midpoint of side AM, right? And name it as point F. And now only last thing is remaining. Once the points are located, we need to join those points to the vertex of the triangle. Okay, so start joining, and keep it in mind, median is a segment which joins vertex and the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay, so from A over here, we are going to draw median towards this opposite side TM. So we have to draw segment AE. Yes, and that segment is nothing but the median AE. Same goes with point M and point D. Okay, and last median is point T to point F, and these segments are intersecting each other at point called centroid, right? And there it is, the point centroid is located, and it is always marked with letter G, right? And this is how your diagram will look like. Correct? And keep it in mind, medians, the intersection of the medians, 3 median, is always called as centroid, and it is always present inside the triangle. Keep it in mind, it will always present inside the triangle. So boys and girls, let's try to draw medians in right angle triangle and try to locate the position of centroid in that triangle. Okay, so to draw a right angle triangle, that means one of the angle from that triangle will be 90 degree. So begin with drawing a base side. Presently over here XY, okay, is taken as a base side, and then choose a vertex or the point of that segment on which we are going to draw right angle. Okay, so presently over here I'm going to choose letter Y for the 90 degree. Very first thing, you have to keep the protractor in such a way that the baseline of the protractor will overlap on the base segment, or the what we can say the side of the triangle, and then mark 90 degree properly the way it is marked over here. And after marking it, join the remaining points of that segment to that newly formed point. Okay, and the moment you join those points together, okay, XYZ, the triangle XYZ will be a right angle triangle where angle Y is 90 degree. Okay, after drawing the triangle, what is the first thing that we need to do? After drawing the right angle, we have to choose the side on which we have to form or locate the midpoint. Okay, as per the definition of the median touches the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay, so presently over here for XY, okay, I'm gonna locate the midpoint. To locate the midpoint, we have to draw perpendicular bisector. What's said? Perpendicular bisector. And how to draw it? We have to take more than half of the distance of the side on which we have to draw or locate that midpoint. So over here XY is the side of which I need to locate the midpoint. So I need to take more than half. It can be more than side also, but more than half is preferable presently. After taking more than half of the distance, we have to draw arcs below and above that segment the way it is drawn over here. So from vertex Y, I have drawn 2 arcs, okay, the way you are looking in the diagram, and that arcs are drawn without changing the distance. Keep it in mind, we have to take more than half of the distance, fix it, and without changing the distance we have to put 2 arcs above and down together on for that segment. Once the one part of the segment or the one vertex of the segment is done, we have to move towards the second point. Now presently over here that second point is Y. Okay, without changing the distance again, put 2 arcs in such a way that this newly formed arc will intersect the arcs made with the help of point X. Okay, the once these arcs are intersecting, the intersected arc must be marked properly, the intersection, okay, the way it is marked over here. And once it is marked, it will be easier for me to draw a segment passing through them. Okay, so here the marking of the arcs is done, clear. Okay, and now join those 2 points, and those 2 points will the moment you draw this segment, that segment will intersect XY at one point, and that point is nothing but the midpoint of the segment XY. Okay, and that is what our motto is to form, correct? Now we have formed, this is a 3D formation. Okay, now we have marked midpoint of midpoint of segment XY the way you can see, correct? And now it is a time to locate the midpoint of segment YZ. So the way I taught you, we have to take either more than half of the segment or more than the segment. Okay, more than half is the minimum one, beyond that you can go. And once the distance is taken, we have to draw arcs above and below the segment or below the side the way I'm drawing over here presently. Okay, this is from letter Y or the point Y. I'm drawing 2 arcs, correct? One is above and below the segment. Now change the vertex, okay, and make 2 arcs again in such a way that they will intersect each other the way they are intersecting presently over here, correct? And then locate the intersection of those 2 arcs the way I have done over here. Okay, once the intersection is located properly, mark them with the point and draw the segment passing through those 2 points. And now that segment, okay, will intersect side XY at one point, correct? And that point is considered as the midpoint for segment XY, correct? And here it goes with a green point. I have shown the midpoint for the side XY. Now this, we have located the midpoint for side XY, side ZY, and now it is time to locate the midpoint for segment XZ. So what we are going to do, we will take more than half of the side's distance in the rounder, okay, and keep the middle tip properly and draw two arcs from the vertex X, one above and one below the segment or the side, okay. But keep it in mind, we are not supposed to change the distance once taken. And now change the vertex, keep it on Z, and now again draw two arcs in such a way that they will intersect each other the way they are intersecting. Children, I have chosen different colors purposely so that it will be easier for you to locate them. Once the arcs are formed, mark their intersection properly so that it will be easier for you to locate their position, okay. So here are the arcs and here is their intersection. The intersection is marked, and then after marking those intersection, draw a segment joining those 2 points or those two intersection, okay. Now can you observe, boys and girls, this point over here is nothing but the intersection of all these three perpendicular bisector. Keep it in mind, perpendicular bisector, okay. So that is a different part. Now this point over here is nothing but the median also, that point is nothing but the midpoint of XZ also, okay. So mark it properly on the point. Now we have marked 3 points, 3 midpoints of the segment ZY, XY and XZ, correct? Name them, and only one thing is left, and now time to draw the median. Median is a segment that joins vertex and the opposite side, correct? Vertex and the opposite side, and once you join it, that will work as median. And now mark it. Segment ZM will be acting as a median. Segment YA is nothing but the median, and again segment XN is nothing but the median. Now where all these 3 medians which are in black color are intersecting, that point is nothing but our, what we say, centroid, and this is how our diagram will look like. So in this diagram, letter G or the point G is nothing but the center.